Hello, everyone. My name is Odera Isaac, and this is how I made and released my mixtape in 2026. Now, it's called For the Record Writing Mixtape. And the reason it's a writing mixtape is because, my background is screenwriting, which is, movies, TV, short films, and whatnot. And music and film kind of coexist really well in the film production world. You always have music at some point in a TV show or a movie or even a short film. And I was like, why not? Some of my favorite entertainers are pretty good songwriters. Mariah Carey, Michael Jackson, Prince, Babyface, the list goes on, right? So I was like, why not? And this started off as an idea, like most creations do. And I decided to embark on this journey. And this journey taught me everything just about the music business, from licensing and writing and song structure and distribution and graphic design and mixing and engineering and hiring people. So here we go. Now, for this project, I wrote across multiple genres, four to be exact, hence the title of the mixtape, For the Record. I did rock and roll, I did pop, I did country, and R&B. The rock song is Love Island, the pop song is Evolution, the country song is Heavenly Father, and the R&B song is What About Me. The reason I did four, because I truly believe that if you got into the general public and ask, what are the four pillars of the music industry when it comes to genres, I'm pretty sure people will say rock, pop, country, and R&B. Now, modern times, people will probably say hip hop as well, but I personally believe every rapper should write their own lyrics. So, which is why I did not choose to do that genre. And I feel like to show my diversity, I feel like in screenwriting, you can write only family dramas, you can write only horror, but I think to have a bag, of multiple things that you can do widens your opportunities for employment or just a nice catalog. Whether you're a writer, a basketball player, or whatever you do, it's always good to be a jack of all trades in a way. My perspective, and the reason is to write a mixtape is to do stuff like this.
Coming like a dog in heat.
Alright.
He's looking for soldiers with strong feet. Now, where I was when I did this was I tripped back on everything I'd gone through. My whole career. It was like 10 years of a lot of decisions and a lot of mistakes. And most of the artists I know go through things like that, and I know you have. And just think about that when you're doing it, because I mean we're together now and we got something to say, right?
And to cap off the writing part of this video is the creative challenges for this writing wasn't that difficult for me, and I think it wasn't that difficult for me is because I've seen every video you can watch on songwriting, whether they were talking about Prince, Michael Jackson, Babyface, even hip hop, how Nas or Jay Z or Kendrick were freestyle. Um, yeah, or some videos are about like the Beatles. Some so yeah, I studied this industry for so long. Like I'm 20 at this moment right now. I'm 26. I'm going on 27 this year, and I want to say since I was 19, probably I started studying, and I'm just now doing something with it. So yeah, songwriting, the structure wasn't hard for me to grasp. Like, you have the intro. You can have an intro if you want to. Verse. Every song has a verse. Then you can have a pre-chorus if you want to. So it's verse, pre-chorus, chorus. Verse two, pre-chorus, chorus. Possible pre-chorus to the bridge, or you can just go to bridge, pre-chorus back to chorus. Songwriting has a structure, but everything can be broken. Every rule can be ignored. Just make sure it sounds good at the end of the day, and no one will care. But yeah, that's kind of why I went this route. And some of this, like for instance, Heavenly Father, the country song that I wrote. Um, the lyrics were personal in a way, but also fantasy. I feel like you can bounce. I feel like in songwriting you can write real, but then you can also mix in fantasy. Um, in which comes in, fantasy helps with like, well, metaphors help with fantasy. For instance, the beginning of the line, I say, "You ride around town looking for mistakes, just to crash the house of mirrors. This is Judgment Day." Right? So, I'm not riding around looking for mistakes, obviously, but like it's a play on words. And you ride around town looking for mistakes just to crash the house of mirrors. And if you don't know what the house of mirrors is, it's basically this thing that a lot of carnivals have. When you go inside, you see yourself all over the place. So you ride around town looking for mistakes just to crash the house of mirrors. This is Judgment Day. Judgment Day is when everything you reap, or how does it go? Everything you reap what you sow. So, it's kind of that on the nose, but at the way, I feel like it's pretty good writing. I'm not gonna go and down every song of how I wrote it, but if you would like that video, I would love to do that. If you like it, I'm not just about to put out stuff, but um, yeah, I feel like I'm rambling, so let's move on. Now let's go into the production process of this mixtape. I use BeatStars to license instrumentation. Now, if you're watching this video, you most likely already know what BeatStars is. If you do not know what BeatStars is, I will leave a link in the description. I am not sponsored, but basically, it's a website where thousands of producers are, making their beats, and um, they're putting them on the platform for different price plans where you can license the instrumentation. I'm not going to go down and break. Sorry about that. I'm not about to go down and break down what that means. There's YouTubers who have way more in depth that I can link to you, and I'll put all that in the description. But this is just my personal stuff. But anyway, so I went to BeatStars to license instrumentals. I prefer tracks, stem tracks, where you know it's two types of versions you can do. You could do stem tracks where Jesus Christ, but stem tracks where your voice is meshed well with the production. When you have a mixer and engineer and they mix the song, it's your voice and the instrumentation as one. If you get the wave or just the MP3 or MP3 and you sing or rap over the track, over the instrumentation, it could sound terrible. It could sound like two sounds colliding versus getting it mixed with stem tracks where it sounds like one sound. The mixers I found, I only needed to. I used two mixers, settled on one, and I just went to Fiverr. Um, this production process was not difficult for me. I kind of already knew what I wanted to do. I had the lyrics. I have this, microphone that I got off Amazon, and I found the instrumentation. I licensed it. I recorded over it. Went to the mixer. The mixer did their job. Song is complete. It's not hard to make music. It's really not hard to make music. Just the process of it is not hard. Now, you want to be good and great, then of course that takes time. That takes years. But just that 1 plus 1 ABC, it's very simple to make music, honestly. Now, also on this mixtape, there's songs that I did not sing. My vocals are not on them. Evolution is not my voice. What About Me is not my voice. The only songs that have my voice on them are Love Island and Heavenly Father. And for Evolution, like I said, this is a writing mixtape. So this is not me trying to get signed as an artist. Now, if you want to sign me for an artist, that's up to you. But besides the point, this is for writing and writing only, right? So Evolution, I went to Fiverr, hired a singer. For What About Me, I went to Fiverr and hired a singer. Now, this is the thing: if you want to be a songwriter and you want to have something like this, like a mixtape or whatever, to show off your writing skills, what is very, very important. I'm being very honest when I say this. This is very important. You need, even if you're not a good singer, great singer, whatever, you need to record the song how you hear it. So when you go to BeatStars and you find an instrumentation that you like, you write to that song. Then you get your phone or whatever. You don't need a expensive stuff. Get your phone, get a whatever, right? Use your laptop if you need to, if you have one, and record the song, the pacing, the pauses, the background noise, the the sound effect, whatever how you hear the song recorded that way. So when you go to Fiverr and you find a singer, you can send them the song. So the singer can know, okay, I pause here. Okay, I come in here. Okay, I say this word like this. You don't want to just send them the beat, send them the lyrics, and then have them guessing. And then now you're going back and forth on, well, this is not how I wanted you to sing it. Sing it this way. Because at the end of the day, these people will have time, these people will have bills, and they don't got time to be fooling with amateurs. So record the song, send them the lyrics, send them the instrumentation, hashtag beat, and then send them your demo so they know exactly how to sound verbatim what you did. So that's very important. If you're doing this strictly off songwriting, you have to be on it. You have to be professional and very poignant on how you uh, work with people. Because that's all music production is working with people. I cannot do this by myself. I do not make beats. So I had to go find a perfect beat. I do not mix. So I had to go find a mixer. And communication is everything. Know what you're talking about before you do. And if you are a beginner, it is imperative. But when you contact people, let them know you are a beginner. Because, just let them know. So just give yourself some grace period, grace room, or whatever. But, yeah. Okay. DistroKid was what I used. I used DistroKid. It was very simple. DistroKid baby walks you through the whole process of releasing a song or an album, EP, mixtape, whatever you want to call it. They are perfect at it. This is not a sponsor. I'm being very honest. They're very simple. If they were not honest or if they were not simple, I would tell you that I don't like them. But they're pretty good. BMI registration. YouTube. There's YouTube videos for this. They're very short, and I'll probably put them in the description if I remember. Publishing versus masters. Masters is the original recording. Publishing is the license of your work. There's videos for that. There's YouTubers for that. I will let you know about that. Now, the artwork. The artwork for the record is very on the nose. Like I said before, I work in film and television, and when you're trying to sell a script, you gotta be very simple, like to pitch it and sell it. So for the record, it's very obvious for the record. So it's almost like, hey, can I get your attention? Hey, this is what it is. So for the record. Also, there's 4 tracks on the album mixtape. So obviously, and then for the record player, the circles you see on the album uh, cover art is vinyls. So there's 4 vinyls, and that's basically it. I have a journey across 4 sounds because it's 4 different genres. My name is at the top or at the bottom. For the records at the top. Writing mixtape kind of curves with one of the vinyls. It's very simple. It's on the nose. You don't want to be too when you're starting out. You don't want to be too eccentric. I'm Gen Z. Well, I'm early Gen Z. And a lot of my generation, a lot of my generation, Jesus, a lot of my generation want to be, goats and legends when you start, and just like, bro, no, or sis, whoever you are, no, just be a beginner. Allow yourself to be a beginner. If you suck, you suck, but if you're a beginner, it's okay. Now, if you was doing this for 10, 15, 30 years and you suck, then that's one thing. That's something you got to look in the mirror. But if you starting off, bro, I promise you, you are okay. You are okay. And if you don't feel okay, come back and watch this video. Listen to my mixtape. You probably think it's trash, but the point is, I'll put it out, and I have faith that this is a good stepping stone to where I'm probably going to end up in the future. So, my name is Odera Isaac. If you have any more questions, any other questions, please put it in the comments because I will answer them. And if you want to know my songwriting process, how I broke it down and what inspired me to write each song, I would happily do that. But this is the end of the video, and like and subscribe. Oh yeah, and check out the mixtape. It's in the link in the description. See you.